The Iranian Revolution of 1978 to 79 was driven primarily by internal Iranian forces, such as widespread dissatisfaction with the Shah's authoritarian rule, economic hardship, rising religious opposition led by Ayatollah Khomeini, and broad coalitions of leftists, Islamists, and nationalists. So it seems. The big question is, were there external influences? There is no credible mainstream historical evidence that the United States orchestrated or built the Islamic Revolution itself. It was a popular uprising against the Shah that outpaced U.S. influence and expectations. However, and this is historically documented, there was a very significant earlier U.S. involvement in Iran's politics, which contributed to deep Iranian distrust of the United States. Have you heard of Operation Ajax? Well, this was the 1953 coup. The CIA, with British intelligence support, helped overthrow Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh after he nationalized Iran's oil industry. The Shah was restored with full power, and this intervention created long-lasting resentment among many Iranians toward the United States and the Shah's rule. This event itself was not part of the 1979 revolution, but it was a major historical factor in shaping anti-American sentiment that later emerged during the revolution and in the Islamic Republic. After the 1979 Iranian Revolution, which overthrew the Shah of Iran and established the Islamic Republic, a new political system was created based on the concept of the following term, which meant guardianship of the Islamic jurist. This idea, articulated by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, held that a senior Shi'i religious scholar should have ultimate authority over the state, combining both religious and political power. Khomeini became Iran's first supreme leader, Rahbar, the highest authority in the country with powers over the military, judiciary, and key policy decisions. Ali Khamenei was born in 1939 in Mashhad, Iran, into a religious family and trained in Islamic theology. He became involved in religious and political opposition to the Shah in the 1960s and was repeatedly arrested by the Shah's security services. During the 1979 revolution, Khamenei aligned closely with Khomeini and became a key revolutionary figure. After the revolution's success, he held several significant positions. Key positions held are as follows: member of the Revolutionary Council, Deputy Minister of Defense early in the Iran-Iraq War, Friday prayer leader in Tehran, twice elected President of Iran. When Ayatollah Khomeini died in 1989, there was no designated successor. At the time, Iran's constitution stipulated that the supreme leader should be of the highest level of religious authority, a qualification Khamenei did not fully meet. The late leader's trusted circle supported Khamenei, whilst some opposed. There was the Assembly of Experts who convened for the very purpose of electing the next leader. To facilitate his succession, Iran's constitution was amended in 1989. The requirement that the supreme leader be a marja was removed, and other provisions strengthened the authority of the Assembly of Experts. Khamenei was then elected by the Assembly of Experts as acting supreme leader in June 1989, and later confirmed in that role. This process was legal under Iran's system and widely viewed at the time as a way to maintain stability following Khomeini's death. Some senior clerics opposed the move because Khamenei lacked the highest traditional religious credentials, but the Assembly approved it. Under his leadership, Iran navigated the aftermath of the Iran-Iraq War, sanctions, regional conflicts, cycles of unrest, such as major protests in 2009 and later years, and intense rivalry with the United States and its allies. Khamenei remained supreme leader from 1989 until his death in 2026, making him one of Iran's longest-serving leaders.